There we go. Hello, welcome to tonight's stream. Sarah is here. Hello, Sunlight Scribe is here. Hello. Oh, good. Sarah says I was on YouTube while eating. I love it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, hello. Welcome to tonight's stream. I am just finishing. There we go. Setting up a few things here. I feel like my setup, there we go. Messed my setup up a little bit. So yeah. I'm trying to think, was it Friday that I streamed and had to leave because I felt sick? It's it's been a time. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that you're here. Wherever you're writing from today, wherever you're attending from today, I am glad to see you. I hope that it is hospitable outside where you are. It's been very hot here. And I'm very glad and grateful that we have functional air conditioning, um, despite having a little bit of an older house. So, yes, knock on wood, very grateful, etc. So, yeah, how have people's creative weeks been? I have been, well, I released a new Right Now podcast episode on Monday or maybe yesterday because time has no meaning for me anymore. Because, like, all I do lately is sleep and do physical therapy. But yeah, I released an episode about writing out of spite, which I believe we've maybe touched on once or twice here in this chat. Maybe not recently, but I think we've talked about it before. And so I have piles of papers. I am not a clean writer. I am a very messy, well, I'm a messy person anyway. And the same is true with my writing. When I write, I tend to slowly, amoeba like, encroach and spread out everywhere. And so there's like scripts over here and papers over here. Um, but yeah, I've been writing a lot and I've been feeling good about it. I shouldn't sound so surprised when I say that like, oh yeah, I've been writing a lot and feeling good about it, but that's not always the case. Hello Tiffany. Hello JC Henry. Hello from Atlanta and then New York City. Oh my gosh. I didn't know if I knew you were in New York City. That's really cool. And thank you. Tiffany says I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I am. That's so kind of you to ask and it was so gracious of everybody on Friday when I just had to bow out. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it so much. I was just telling Tim, I think I'm fighting off a cold or something. I took some Sudafed and I'm already feeling a little bit better. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Sunlight Scribe. Wow, got the news this week that my already behind schedule is about to get worse. Just finding out I have degenerative cervical myelopathy, I believe. We'll be having fusion surgery. Um, oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to ask, are you okay? Because it sounds like you're not okay, but I also don't want to assume. That sounds like a lot, and I hope that you have some people who are like physically close by in your life, who are a good support system for you, people who can drive you to appointments and such. Slow motion spinal cord injury, just running into a few walls, lol. Yeah, I feel that, maybe figuratively and literally. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I hope that, I don't know, I hope that even before you have the surgery that you are on a healing path and that there are things that can be done to minimize pain, discomfort, anything like that. And again, that you have a good support system. I am so grateful that I have Tim. There was a time when I was even having trouble sitting upright and I couldn't drive in the car. Like right now, it's just a little uncomfortable to be in the car, but there was a few weeks there where Tim was driving me to physical therapy and literally, well, that was kind of the only place I was going. But if I didn't have him, I don't know what I would have done. I remember right after graduating college, I moved to an apartment in Chicago. I was in the Ukrainian Village area, which I really loved. But I was there by myself. Um, and I want to make sure that I'm not falling behind on comments. Sorry about that. Sunlight Scribe says it looks like my folks are about to see what forced boundaries look like. Chores, anyone? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're able to navigate that okay. Uh, but yeah, yeah, being on your own, being alone when you need medical attention. I remember I got really sick when I was in Chicago, and it was really the first time I was on my own because I grew up in a house with a big family. And, I shared a room with two sisters, and like you're never alone. And then in college, I lived with a wonderful roommate who, I don't know, we just got along super well, but she never left the dorm room. And then later, I lived in a house with some friends where there was just always somebody around. And so living in Chicago by myself for the first time, I'd never been like completely alone without a support system. So I just remember like I didn't have a car and I was like, so I have to find a doctor and then like get on the bus and like ride the bus to the doctor like while I'm sick. And I was just like, this is such a nightmare. Um, so yeah, so yes, hopefully well-meaning parents and also potentially some healthy boundary setting will be on the menu for you. But wow, and I hope I'm remembering your name correctly, Lynn. Um, but I really do hope that you can get through this and that it is just as non-invasive and distressing, I guess, as this condition and the treatment can be. Oh, Shannon, I'm sorry, Shannon. Shannon says, I'm hoping I can write and read a lot. I hope you can too. I don't know if this is helpful or not. I try not to get too self-promotional here, but I do have an episode of the Right Now podcast called Writing When You're Not Okay, and it's episode 167. And it's about I don't know, it's derived from my personal experience, but I've talked to other people who have had similar experiences. Um, I had a spinal fusion, so I don't know if that's the kind of fusion that you're looking at getting, but I have a full spinal fusion all the way down to my L4. And when I was in the hospital, well, I've had two spinal surgeries, but we won't go into all that. But when I was in the hospital, I just remember like taking all these books with me and like taking my writing journal and like all these notebooks with me. And then when I was actually in the hospital and then afterwards when I was recovering, like the last thing I wanted to do was like write and create. So just be gentle and gracious with yourself if you plan to get a lot done. Cause like, oh, I'm just going to be laying there. Healing takes so much energy. So yeah. If you want, you can listen to the episode. It's 167. Um, disc, yeah, removing disc and fusing at C5. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I think it was painful. I just remember not necessarily the pain, but like not being able to like move the way I wanted to. After the fusion, I had to kind of like learn how to walk again. So Shannon, I hope that all this goes well for you. Um, yeah. We're here for you. We'll keep doing create alongs. You can attend if you like, if they're supportive for you, or you can take a well deserved sabbatical and just rest and heal. And make sure you hydrate. Oof, yes, yes. Yes. Sarah says it must be like giving birth. You forget the pain, but remember the rest. Oof. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't know if I'm brave enough to have children, but we won't go into that right now. Uh, I have some tea here. Tim made me some of my favorite oolong tea. Here we go. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't oversteep it. So, well, here's to all of us and our health. I will toast you with some beautiful oolong tea. Oh, perfect. And hope that we're all just here. We're all just doing the best we can in these bodies that don't always work the way that we want them to. And we're creating. We're doing what we can with what we have. So, oh, I'm proud of you for doing this. I'm proud of you for working through it and just even for being here. So, yes. Good. Shannon says, it will all be good. I am a rock star and I will get a good poem out of it. LOL. That is the spirit. Tiffany says, cheers to good health for us all. Indeed. Yes. Thank you, Tiffany. My gosh. Yes. I mean, yeah, it was gosh, I want to say years later I actually like used my experience for a writing project, reflecting back on having two spinal surgeries in 2 years and like everything that was going on in my life because I was 16 and then 17 when I had these done. And, that's a weird time in your life anyway, let alone, getting some major modifications done to your body and to the way that you move and live. Um, so yeah, I got a creative nonfiction piece out of that I still remember really fondly. So I don't know. I hope any poems that come out of this are meaningful and I don't know, cathartic and helpful and supportive to you in a way that. So my friends, what is everyone working on this evening? If you're working on anything, I like to say this. I know this is a create along. I know this is a write along. Whatever it is you're working on, if it is your work in progress, if you are knitting, crocheting, if you are baking banana bread, whatever it is that you're doing, it's creative. And I'm glad you're here to do that with us. If you are in a space where doing anything creative would not be supportive for you, so if you are drained, if you are burned out, if you sit down and you look at your project and you feel, when I am burned out, it often feels like there's just sandpaper rubbing my eyes and like the inside of my brain. If you're feeling that, it might be a good evening to do something that refills your well instead. And so, ooh, I like that. Oh, you're still working on the book fair, Sarah. When is that over? I hope it's over soon. Shannon says, working on a template for a new Substack launch and intro copy. Oh, do you already have a Substack? And am I already following you? And will you let us know when you launch? Oh, thank you. JC Henry says, I agree to the cheers. Yes. Um, yeah. I think I'm working on Girl in Space a little bit this evening. I had super early PT this morning. So like usually I get up, I make my coffee and I do my PT and get right into writing in the mornings. But this morning, I had physical therapy at 7:30 a.m., which was way too early to drive to a hospital and do physical therapy, but I did it. But it kind of like threw my whole day off. So I'm still in a place where I want to get a little bit more done so I can feel good about it and satisfied for today. Tiffany says, I've been such a procrastinator and I haven't touched my writing in ages. I think I will spend time looking at it tonight. And I've got cupcakes in the oven. Oh my gosh, Tiffany, living your best life. Yes. Yeah, let us know how that feels. If you look at your writing and you just feel paralyzed with fear or you feel, let us know if there's anything there that you want to talk through or work through because I've been there. Coming back to your work after some time away can build a lot of anxiety and what's the word I'm looking for? It can be easy to feel intimidated by it. So, Satter Salad, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Sarah wants some cupcakes. uh okay, so Sarah, your book sale September. Not till September. Ooh, loan on social networking, silent auction. This sounds like a nightmare, but you said potentially this is your last year doing this, right? Right. I hope you're nodding along. Oh, that is, yeah. Shannon says that's exhausting. I agree. That sounds exhausting. The Satter Salad says, I finished my English. I can read. I'm going to try that. We're going to do another take of that. The Satter Salad says, I finished my English essay for school this morning. It's due in 15 minutes, and I finished like 5 minutes ago. I'm very proud of you for doing this. Good. Get it turned in. If it's not turned in already, get it turned in. Take a deep breath. Celebrate. That's how I do everything, though, just last minute by the seat of my pants. They say that I'm not here to diagnose or say anything about anyone other than myself, but I have learned that when you have ADHD, you don't have the dopamine you need to encourage you to get stuff done, and so your body often relies on adrenaline instead. And so you end up putting things off to the last minute because then your brain gives you the adrenaline you need to get it done. So I don't know if you're anything like me. That's how things are. Good. Okay, this is your last year doing it. I love to hear it. Oh my gosh. The event people in charge of planning are late this year, so I need to make content out of nothing. Well, whoever your audience is, I'm not going to give you unsolicited advice. I'm sorry. I was about to say like, well, here's what I would do, but I will respect that you already know what you're doing. Okay. Doing something with the things that no one else did. Yeah. Nonprofit work. Well, it's really hard when you're not. Yeah. Yep. Sarah says it's 100% nonprofit and fueled by volunteers. Yeah. And I have zero idea what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. JC Henry says I have to come out of space for a little bit, so reading through another idea. I hope that's for good reasons and enjoyable reasons. Tiffany says it's a mix of procrastinating on my book plus work stress plus distracting myself with social media. Sad face. I don't think that is. I know you didn't ask. I'm giving a lot of unsolicited thoughts and advice tonight, but I don't think that you did anything wrong or bad. I think that's normal to need to step away from your work for a while, especially if you're extra stressed out in another realm of your life, like work. Um, so yeah, let us know how we can support you as you, I don't want to say dive back in, as you gently wade into the welcoming waters of your work in progress. How about that? You need to put your marketing classes to use. Yes, you can do it. Oh my gosh. Good advice. Okay, well, Sarah, who is the audience? Who are you advertising to for this book sale? You literally just told me what it was. I'm sorry, my brain is not retaining information today. Yeah, the book fair. Oh, BA 618 is here. Hello, greetings. Good evening. Hello. Um Sarah, for that book fair, who is the audience? Who are you trying to attract to it, and what will they find valuable and useful? Um, there's always, if you're looking for a quick fix, a quick hit, there's always, a billion literary quotes that you can put onto imagery and add a thought of your own or a little question. If these are largely writers, you can give little writing prompts with them. If they are readers, you can ask, what book does this remind you of? I don't know. Let us know if you need help brainstorming. Oh, yours never retains information. That's just these brains, though. I feel like our brains are also 100% nonprofit and fueled by volunteers. Like my little brain cells are just overworked little volunteers, and they're trying their best, but they're just volunteers. Hey, GCAT, it's good to see you. Gentle encouragement. Good, Tiffany. JC Henry says it's just too hot to think over here. I heard it was 100 degrees today in New York, so I hope that you have air conditioning and lots of water to drink. Um, oh, okay. Sarah says, long story short, it's mostly for those who read and write speculative fiction. That's a really good crowd of people to engage with, I think. I don't know. Let us know what you end up doing and how you feel about it. 95 in Chicago. Oh my gosh. It was 78 here in South Dakota, but it's South Dakota. So we're, for those of you not up on, I know we have some international friends here. South Dakota is not actually southern United States. We're actually up in the north by Canada. But there's two Dakotas. There's a North Dakota and then another northern Dakota that's called South Dakota. And so things are a little cooler for us. We're not exactly at the 100-degree weather yet. So it's snowing in Australia. I forget. I forget that the seasons I forget. I forget that you have different seasons. Oh my gosh. Well, stay warm and also hydrated. Everybody needs to stay hydrated. I'm just here to tell you that. The wag of my finger. Mm. Part of the spinal cord diagnosis, Sunlight Scribe says, is nerve damage affecting sensory motion executive function. Oh, so the ADHD run is real over here right now. Oh my gosh, especially with that executive dysfunction. Write a sitcom about the adventures of oh, running into and forgetting stuff I knew 4 seconds ago. I mean, that's just life though, right? Maybe if we think of our lives as a sitcom, it won't feel so sad. Let's just do that. Wave, hello, Pinball Princess. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Sitcom poetry saga. I love that. Yes. Fantastic. Oh, JC Henry says, yes, and my AC was delivered today. That is a relief. That's true. Yes, Tiffany says North Carolina is not in the north. Very true. Very true. Oh, my friends, as we go into this evening of creativity, I hope that you stay respectively warm and or cool as the situation dictates. I hope you stay hydrated regardless of where you are. I'm a big fan of hydration, and I know most of the people in my life do not drink enough water, and so that is like my mission. Um, oh my gosh, Pinball Princess says like the Beowulf translation I need to read that translated white as bro. Beowulf the dude, where's my keys? Sitcom saga. Oh, there needs to be more whimsy, I think, in literature. I'm a big fan of that whimsy. I love that. Oh, 79 in Montreal. Not so bad. It's still warm though. That's still pretty warm. I So, okay. Are folks ready to we're not going to dive in today. We're all going to gently wade in to whatever it is we're doing. Whether that is working on a creative project or refilling your well, opening a book, putting on a comfort movie that always sparks your brain into good, interesting ideas, whatever it is that you're working on tonight. We'll go for about an hour and 15 minutes. And so we'll go until it is 8:45 p.m. Central. So whatever time that is for you in your time zone of choice slash life. Um, and I will end up moving the chat off the screen, but it will still be available in both Twitch and YouTube if you want to keep chatting, if you want to talk about how you're doing, or ask questions, or ask for advice. 11:45 a.m. for you. Okay. Time is just insane. It really is. But yeah, as we jump in here, I'm going to mute myself. If you've never been to one of these before, I said it right at the beginning, but I'll say it again. Welcome. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. This is a safe space for writers and creators of all kinds that is just a place for you to exist in creative solidarity with people who get it. So we're here with you. If you just need something on your calendar that's like, yeah, no, I have to go to this stream thing. It's important for things. This gives you, you know, an hour or two to have some time to yourself, to catch up on journaling, to work on your work in progress, what have you. So, yes, a glimpse of the future. I love it. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and kick us off and drink my tea and do some writing. So, let us know how you're doing, and I will see you very shortly. It is 8:45 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. How are folks doing? How was your session? Did you end up writing? Did you end up doing some baking? Did you end up refilling your well? How did that go? I would love to hear in the comments if you feel. I got some writing done and that was pretty good. Oh, fantastic. Hi, Carrie. Arrived just in time. It's great to see you. BA says a little writing, a little reading. Excellent. That sounds like an excellent mix. Oh my gosh, Carrie, what did your mom find today? Very excited to know. I think so. JC Henry says Friday I will be back in space. I feel like space is a good place to be. Oh, that's fantastic, BA. I never should have opened a Vonnegut book. I've been hooked since. Oh my gosh, Carrie says our class picture from Washington, D.C. Oh my gosh. So that would have been sixth grade? Did we go to Washington, D.C. in sixth grade, right? I'm gonna, or eighth grade. No, maybe it was eighth grade. I should remember these things. Pinball Princess says, I ended up going into super body doubling cleaning mode. Oh, got creative on my pantry. Okay, that actually sounds really good and useful. I hope it was. Eighth grade. Okay. Oh my gosh. I want to say I probably have that photo, but it would be at my parents' house. So that is fantastic. You're able to pick me out. That's great. I actually like remember some things from that trip. So gosh, I'm not going to say how many years ago it was, but yes. EA says I finished 10 of his novels in the past month or two. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, Vonnegut is great and very readable, and I feel like those are very timely, especially right now. Um, so I love that. Pinball Princess says the perpetual rebellion against the empire of adulting and its legions of messes and obstacles continues. That is a perfect way of putting it. Tiffany says I had the first few chapters read back to me so I can get my mind around where I was in my story. Good. And I hope I don't know, I hope that was a good experience for you. I hope it was helpful. I hope that it wasn't too intimidating. Good. I love that you did that. Yes. BA says very appropriate. Yes. I haven't read him in a long time. I should maybe dive back in. Do you have a favorite one or one that you would suggest people start with? I'm trying to think. I've read Slaughterhouse 5. I've read Welcome to the Monkey House. I've read, my gosh, whatever his latest one was before he passed away. I'm not gonna. Oh, Cat's Cradle is a good starting point. I'm not sure if I've read that one or not, Cat's Cradle, but thank you. Yes, I think I own a copy. It's on one of my other bookshelves, but yes. GCat says, stuck on how to start and ping ponged from one version to another. Thanks for doing this right along. Yeah, I hope that I understand that. Stuck on how to start and ping ponged from one version to another. Yeah, for me, that can be really frustrating. Like, in a way, I feel like I'm making progress when I do that. In a way, I feel like I'm working backward when I do that. Um, so that can be a little frustrating, but I hope the ping ponging helped you settle out like what worked for the version that you want it to be. Oh, Timequake was the last novel he published. Then I didn't read Timequake. I want to say the one I read was like more of a memoir or nonfiction. Yeah, I haven't read Timequake though. Ah, It's always so good to know that there's so many more books left to read. It's like, I'm never going to run out of excellent books. And there's something really gorgeous about that. Satter Salad says, I found a random book outside of the supermarket with the front cover and first 35 pages missing the other day, but the blurb looks fun, so I might try reading it. Oh, that's fantastic. Let us know not only how it is, but what it is. Oh, there have been others published posthumously. Okay. Gosh, yeah. Satter Salad, will you let us know what book that is? Oh, I missed your comment earlier. Took a nap. Beautiful. Perfect. What a great way to recharge. I also took a nap today. In fact, I maybe took more than one nap today, depending on how we're counting the sessions of sleeping. I was up early and at PT early and took a nap when I got back, which I'm trying to make my peace with and not feel guilty or bad in any way about. So, hooray for naps. Death's Mistress by Karen Chance, according to the top of the page. Oh, well, if you dig into it, let us know. If you decide to rewrite those first 35 pages, let us know. Yes, A Man Without a Country. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly. I have it in hardcover, but again, I think it's out on one of my other bookshelves. So, oh, that's great. Well, the Satter Salad, let us know what you think of Death's Mistress. I'm very curious as to what it could hold and where those first 35 pages may have gone. Yes, GCat says, cool, maybe fill in the missing parts. Yeah, I like that. Yes, excellent, excellent, wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope that you found some creative energy or some rest or maybe a little of both. I got some writing done, which felt really good. So I'm pretty happy with that. If you're new to these streams, or even if you're not new to these streams, oh, Sunlight Scribe says, worked on breaking down mission statement into action steps so I can get my head on straight for the Substack launch and keep my why up front good. That can be really hard to do. So having it like in view, written down and in view, I think that's a really good idea. But yeah, we do these streams every Wednesday and Friday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. And I would love to invite you to as many or as few as you would like to attend. Um, yeah, it's just a chill little community. If you miss one, if you miss a million, you're still always welcome here. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's other stuff that I usually say to like sign off, but drawing a blank. Uh, in any case, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. You make this space so warm and inviting. Tiffany says, good times as always. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your week because it's not Friday quite yet, but it will be soon, especially if you're in Australia. And I will see you all when I see you, whether that is this upcoming Friday or 10 weeks from now. Take good care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.